ready to take things to the next level. With these videos, with my career overall, it's time for a change. So let's paint while we pivot. All right, I have my acrylics here, and we will paint as we chat here about pivoting. So when you're an artist or a filmmaker or any kind of creative and you're trying to make it in your career, there's the eternal question of whether you should focus on quality or quantity in your work. Up until this point with YouTube, I've really been focused on quantity. So I've been trying to produce videos as frequently as I can, getting something up every single week this year. And I've learned a lot. I've really gotten more production systems in place this year. I've even started to build out a little team. And since jumping off from my day job last year to be independent, I've really pushed myself as far as what kind of images I can make. And I think focusing on quantity and trying to make a lot of work is really great for when you're just trying to build your skills towards the beginning of your creative career. You're trying to just get your reps in, figure out what you're doing, how things work, what you're really interested in, what kind of stories you want to tell. It's a time to experiment, to figure things out, and find your voice in a low pressure, usually low budget environment. Just make as much as you can and you'll get better and better as you go. But I'm no longer a beginner at this point. I've been on YouTube for almost 10 years, and I've noticed over the past year or so that if I have an image that I want to create in my mind, I now have the skills and the tools to actually make it happen. It comes out the way I envision it. Back when I was making videos in 2015, 2016, 6 or 7 years ago, the concepts were great, but the image I could make on screen wasn't the image in my head. But now I can produce a really refined, high quality, cinematic image that takes into account lighting and composition and frame rate, mise-en-scène. I can achieve really nice audio, I have sharper lenses, I have more lights, I know what camera to use based on the shot that I want to achieve. I got this. The past few months have demonstrated to me that I have the skills. I no longer need the repetition, so it's time to pivot. Darius Britt has a great video on this topic, and he says that when it comes to the question of whether to focus on quantity versus quality in your work, that quantity builds skills, quality builds careers. And so I'm moving into that next level of career building phase where I'm ready to take on larger creative projects that are more challenging, higher quality, and take more time to produce, definitely more time than 1 week. I had the goal of doing weekly YouTube videos for this year, and I knew that a full year was a lot to ask because things come up, life happens, feelings change. So I'd said to myself that 6 months of weekly videos would be the minimum for me to really say that I'd given it my all. And I did it! I've posted a video every single week for the past 6 months. That's 27 videos in total, including this one. And I'm really happy that I did the sprint this year. I'm proud of what I was able to make. I learned a lot, and I'm really glad that I just kept that weekly commitment to myself, because that's just been a personal goal that I've had for a long time. And now, as I'm trying to grow as an artist and grow in my career, it's time for me to pivot from focusing on quantity to focusing on quality. I'm ready to level up, and I need your help to do it. As a part of this pivot, I'm revamping my community on Patreon, and I'm super excited about it, and it actually relates to what I'm painting right now. So my Patreon used to be pledges per video because folks were there to help me make more YouTube videos more regularly. So it was focused on volume and amount of output. But now I want my Patreon to be a community of folks striving to move consciously and creatively through life overall. I want it to be focused on having a consistent dialogue with folks who are in my corner, who know and love my work, and who want to support the quality of my creative career, not just the number of YouTube videos that I put out. So I'm switching to monthly pledges so that I can have that consistency and focus on quality over quantity. It's officially branded as the Brilliant Beans. I made us a cute little logo. Going forward, it's going to be the main place where I'm engaging and commenting and discussing my ideas with people who really care about them. The public internet can be a ruthless, hypercritical place. YouTube comment sections can be pretty dicey, but the Brilliant Beans, those are my people. That's where I'm going to be hanging out the most, and that's where we'll be able to have more personal, meaningful, thoughtful dialogue. And I have new perks, including this painting. I'm excited to be painting again, and if you join the Brilliant Beans in the next 2 weeks, I'll be sending you a handwritten postcard with this summery flower piece that I'm painting printed on the front. I'm very excited about these painting postcards. This is my very first time sharing my paintings with folks. They are just available for this limited time as a special thank you gift for the Brilliant Beans. I also have new monthly perks, including a Q&A that I'm adding to my monthly podcast update. I'll have an exclusive monthly vlog, I'll have video extras, as well as a newly created wall of big thanks to show my appreciation. And the Brilliant Beans will have the first look at my upcoming independent creative projects. Which brings me to the second part of my pivot. The main independent creative project that I'll be working on going forward is a new video series on a new YouTube channel that I've created called Bean Thinking. It's going to be a channel with short video essays that are artistic and inventive and thoughtful and imagine new possibilities for a more just world. The Brilliant Beans were actually the first people who I announced this to, but I'm really interested in doing more social commentary, doing more research around each video, having things be layered and nuanced. If you liked my videos on Elon Musk, Twitter, and democracy, or on how punctuality is a trap, or on my take on anti-diet culture, I'm going to be going in that kind of direction. I want to have the nuance that I had in those videos while bringing forth the visual artistry that came out in videos like the one on anti-fragility or the one on finding my creative flow. I also want to do this like a proper show launch. If you've followed me for a while, then you'll know that I actually develop online videos and web series for a living. I used to work at PBS Digital Studios, helping to run a network of over 20 different online shows. After that, I worked at the Poynter Institute, developing videos with newsrooms, and now developing videos and social campaigns is a large part of what I do for clients. And so I really want to create my show with the same level of intention and strategy and planning that I do for my client work. Since I'm creating Bean Thinking like a proper show, it'll take me a couple months to really develop the concepts and ideas and the launch strategy. I'm hoping to do the official show launch later this year, so if you're interested, you can go ahead and subscribe to the Bean Thinking channel, which I'll link in the description. That way, when the videos are ready, you'll see them pop up into your feed. And of course, as I'm developing the show behind the scenes, I'll be keeping the Brilliant Beans updated. They'll be getting some sneak peeks, and I'll be sure to announce the launch of the show in my email newsletter as well. So I'm really excited for this next chapter. This channel is going to be taking a bit of a break while I rest after my content sprint, and as I prepare to launch the new channel, I do think that I'll be back here eventually when I'm ready. And I'm excited to be focused on growing as an artist more holistically, to be getting back into painting and fine art, and to be thinking about my creativity on a larger scale. So now that I won't be present on social media all the time, if you're a fan of my work and you want to make sure that you see it and that you're keeping up with me, there are a couple ways for you to be intentional about that. The easiest thing you can do is to sign up for my email newsletter. It's only once per month, so it's not going to clog your inbox, and I send out just a quick note about how I'm doing, updates on recent videos and creative work, along with recommendations of interesting books and music and pieces of pop culture to check out. All of it is oriented around personal growth and living a creative life. It's called Growth in Progress, and I'll link to it in the description. Another option is to join the Brilliant Beans, especially if you'd like a postcard when you join in the next 2 weeks. And you know, I might be messing around on Instagram, so you can follow me there too. I actually have a personal account and an artist account, so I'm really happy with the work that I've made on YouTube over the past almost 10 years. I've made hundreds of videos on this channel and others. If you haven't gone through the Ahsante the Artist back catalog, it's some pretty good stuff. I mean, if I do say so myself, it's pretty good. Like, you should check it out. I'm just saying. And I feel ready for this next creative challenge, and I'm excited to push my artistry and thoughtfulness and multimedia storytelling even further. If you're interested in the journey that I've taken to get up to this pivot point, then you can check out this playlist all about my working artist entrepreneurship journey. As always, remember to live spiritedly and think creatively, and I will see you next time.